everybody, welcome to another episode of the Football Fill-In. It's been another action-packed weekend in the Premier League and we are going to dissect it all as usual. We have got another banging guest for you this week. No, I'm not talking about Rhino Legs Tom. I'm not talking about Rhino Legs Tom. I am in fact talking about former Charlton, Aston Villa, Tottenham and England striker, member of the illustrious 100 Premier League Goals Club, Darren Bent. Big dog.
Welcome, you right?
How are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Nice, really nice. Yeah, first of all, before we start, you are an Arsenal fan, right?
I am indeed, yeah.
And that shirt, we're going to talk about it in a bit.
Yeah.
It's a match-worn shirt. It's a bad boy. Don't talk about it now.
What?
Don't talk about it now. Rhino Legs Tom, you okay?
Yeah, wicked, mate.
Nice to see you, mate. Good holiday?
Amazing.
Right, we're going to dive straight into it, Benty.
Okay, cool.
We're going to start with yesterday's late game. Yeah?
Yeah.
Newcastle against Man City. Mm-hmm. What a game.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yesterday, Newcastle gave it as good as they gave. Manchester City started off well, but Newcastle under Eddie Howe just looked like a different beast. Like the way they go forward, they're defending better. When it went 3-1, I could only see one winner.
I know.
But that's why they're champions. Manchester City are champions.
I'm watching, right? So do you do fancy Premier League?
No, I don't, but
You don't do
used
fancy
to.
Premier
I used
League?
to, but no.
I think you might be the only person I've met that does not do fancy Premier
Do you know what? I do NFL, but that's a different story.
Like the drafting kind
Yeah,
of.
I do that fantasy football, but not Premier League. I used to do it, but about 4 or 5 games in, I just fall out of love with it and just leave it.
No, I know what you mean. I know if you get off to a stinker, it's always
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Right, but I'm watching it, right? So I've got Man City players in my team. I've got Edison, I've got Cancelo, and I'm thinking, please, just keep a clean sheet. So they get off to a good start. I'm thinking, boom, this is going to be a foregone conclusion. This is going to be 5-0 to Man City. All I'm watching is Newcastle just wave after wave after wave of attack. It was a joke, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like at St James's Park though. The fans, they get that out of the players because I'm with you. The way it started, I thought, here we go. This is gonna be a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But the way that they continued and they kept going forward, Newcastle, if they were a bit more clinical, they could have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Isn't that like with teams that are facing Man City come flying out the blocks, don't they? So unless you hit fire with fire early, that you'll go 3 or 4-0 down. But Newcastle did it, didn't they? They went that one down early, but then they came roaring back in.
But that's what you've got to do, because I think, as you said there, if you go 1-0 down, a lot of teams just go, you know what, we don't want to get beat 5. Let's just retreat, stay in our positions, and just hope that we don't get smashed. Newcastle went, well, no, we're good enough to get something from this game. Kept pushing.
Do you know what I can't believe, right? So for me, Kyle Walker, Kyle Walker is one of the best. I still think he's probably England's best right back, right? He's a joke, isn't he? He's absolutely, he's a joke, right? He got so exposed. It's not his own fault, because whoever was in front of him wasn't really helping him out much. Bernardo Silva ain't trying to track back, all that kind of stuff, yeah? But the amount of times that Saint-Maximin got that ball, and I could see Kyle Walker thinking, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like, and they were backing off like crazy.
Because I think Saint-Maximin, if it was just a straight race, Kyle Walker would get these rapid.
Yeah, 100%.
But when you've got someone who's like Saint-Maximin, who's just all over, like he doesn't, I'm not even sure he knows what he's doing with the ball. Just chopping and turning.
It's the angles, isn't it? He just goes off like, and up to speed, like his acceleration is ridiculous, isn't it?
And that's the thing, you don't know where he's going to go. So Kyle Walker's thinking, well, I need a bit of help here, but it was almost like Manchester City they were trying to deal with Callum Wilson, then Almiron was doing his bit, so he was just getting left 1v1.
Yeah.
And I think he done well with him, and I think Saint-Maximin, if he's got that final bit of quality when it's the pass or the shot or just a little bit of creativity, like he does everything else 100 miles an hour really well. Yeah. But if he had that final little bit of quality, he could have scored 2 yesterday.
Mate, I'll put it out there. I think that if he had that final bit of quality and he could score goals, he would be a £100 million player.
100%.
He'd be a £100 million player because he's got everything else.
It's that last little bit, whether it's the cross or the pass or even the shot. He seems to get it wrong more than not. Do you know what I mean? So if he could turn that around, you're right.
Yesterday though, he did that really well. Like he actually let go of the ball at just the right time, didn't he? Laid it off when he needed to. He took on his man when he needed to. But like when you two were obviously playing, there were 2 live games yesterday, obviously, Leeds and Newcastle. I don't think there's 2 other teams in the league that the fans have that effect on. Like they are so loud, aren't they? What was it? Did you notice that like with like Leeds and Newcastle when you were playing?
Yeah, I mean, I played in the derby against Sunderland and Newcastle, and we got battered 5-1 in the derby.
Oh, that's not nice.
At St James's, and that was their fans. Look, me and you were having a conversation, we were having a conversation. I couldn't hear what you guys are saying.
Loud?
It's that loud, mate. I can't hear instructions or nothing. And we got off to a good start. But the moment they went 1 up, it was almost like at St James's Park. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's this whole force field around there. 2, 3. I think we were 4 or 5 down at half time.
Yeah.
We just couldn't recover. Leeds, because they spent a lot of time in the Championship, I didn't really play against them that much.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see it, can't you? Like the
when
fans.
When you
crazy.
lose a derby, right? When you get pumped in a derby like that, 5-1, 5-0 or something like that, is that worse than losing any other game 5 or 6-0? The big derby one, just for what it means to the fans and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, in that derby it is, because it's almost like Sunderland fans live for that game. Do you know what I mean? And obviously they're so far away that, like, I remember that we lost the derby 5-1, and I think we won the game afterwards. I can't remember who it was against, like, quite convincingly. But it weren't like the fans were just like, whatever.
Still not the same.
No, it's like whatever. Like
so can we stop buzzing off like Almiron? And by the way, Almiron was a player, by the way. What a little rat, dirty little rat. He's a rat, isn't he? I love him. But I'm buzzing off him. I'm buzzing off St. Maximin. I'm buzzing off all of them. But I've got to talk about Nick Pope for a minute, all right? Because I said to you,
goalkeeping union.
I told you, right? I was on TalkSport with Bentley the other night, and we were talking about goalkeepers, and I said I still love Nick Pope. We were talking about the England goalies. I love Nick Pope. If I had to pick a goalie who's going to stop the ball going in the back of the net, Nick Pope. He made a save. It's save of the week, by the way. It is save of the week in the Premier League. Off the post. The one where Haaland's cut inside and he's got it early, kicked it early.
Yeah.
Big Nick Pope, 6'7", 6'8", Nick Pope's got down to his left hand side, tipped it onto the post. That's like a match-winning save, that is, right there. It was beautiful.
Is that how tall he is? 6'7"?
He's massive, mate. Yeah, I think he might even taller than that.
Oh, no, what? Surely.
He's massive,
massive,
mate.
isn't it? So if you're like a 6'1", 6'2" goalkeeper, you're not saving that?
I would say no chance on this earth if you're that big, because you ain't got the time to react, yeah? He's that long. He is that long as a man. He's that long. And his reactions are still so sharp. It's the only way you can save it. There's not many of the goalies save that, full stop.
I'm in shock that he's 6'7".
6'7".
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4". Mate, he towers up. He might even be taller than that, I promise you. I remember talking to him last season, and he must have been that much taller than me, looking down on me almost.
So obviously you're a big fan of his. Is it just his feet that are just maybe?
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. That's the only thing. But it is what it is. You know what you're getting with Nick Pope. Like, do you know what I mean? He's not going to be signing for a team like Man City or Liverpool where they try and play out the back. He will sign for a Newcastle though, and he'll stop the ball going in the back.
What a save! I thought it was in.
It was banging.
Great save. What a save! Yeah.
What a game.
Would you agree with this though, Fozzie? With him, he didn't. Obviously, that's a great save. But throughout the game, he didn't make like 7 or 8 worldies because his anticipation is so good.
Yeah.
That he just snuffed it out, and he did the kind of fundamentals incredibly well.
The other one that he snuffed out was the one where he came out quickly to the edge of his box and spread himself. Like things like that. I think he's just gone again. Like, don't get me wrong, he was brilliant at Burnley, but I think he's just stepped it up again a little bit.
So there was another one as well where I think De Bruyne put Haaland in, and if he's not on his toes, Haaland gets there before him, and he managed to get there, didn't he?
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, lads, it's time for what you're wearing. First of all, I'm wearing Man City away shirt. I'm going to get dogs abuse in the comments. I know this. I used to play for Man United. But this is a nice shirt, right?
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is large, fits me like a glove. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice shirt, that. Really
I
nice
want to
shirt.
talk about this, okay? Because this is a special shirt. This isn't just like an Arsenal kind of retro bad boy. This is an official match-worn
shirt.
Proper, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 2001. You can see the old Premier League badges.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thierry Henry's official shirt gave me.
Has he got it? So this is his actual match-worn shirt?
Yes, if I...
Look at this. Oh, my God.
Home shirt. Dreamcast as the sponsor.
Yeah. So it's one of them where, obviously, they're not Nike anymore, but they were.
So who were you playing for when you played
Ipswich
against
Town. So Ipswich Town, yeah, I was at Ipswich Town, young kid on the bench, managed to get the shirt. Their Titus, thank you, did me the favour.
He went and got it for you?
Yeah, because I was too scared at the time. I was 17 years old, I'm not getting up to win, but yeah, for me, Thierry Henry, the greatest player to ever play in the Premier League, my favourite player.
Yeah.
For me to get this shirt, I mean, it should be in a frame, really, shouldn't it?
It should be in a frame, mate. That deserves to be hung up.
It was in the loft.
Was it really?
Yeah, I know. But I have got a Thierry Henry one, the yellow. I can't remember what's on the front. That's framed up, but this one, for whatever reason, just been in the loft.
He's going to be walking around Leamington Spa later on with a match-worn Thierry Henry shirt to get his coffee in.
Yeah, look like a fan.
Do you know what? At 17 years old, to get that shirt is a joke, because this is how it works, right? If you're a kid and you're playing against a big team, yeah, you don't get a chance to get a shirt.
No.
It's like, one, it's not seen as the done thing.
No.
You don't even get to do that. So, and two, like, if you're not even playing, don't even ask for it, all right?
No, but as I said, I said, Titus, please. And he'd already got his shirt because he was quite a big collector.
Yeah.
And he managed to, he said, I'll ask him. And he was like, yeah, that's fine.
Mate, I think that's top of the pops for us.
Yeah.
That is about the best shirt we've had so far on a football film.
I don't think we're going to get a better one unless it's like a
I don't know. I don't think
Ronaldo Euro 1 shirt or something.
I tell you what, Titus has got a Ronaldo Inter Milan shirt.
What, the blue and black?
The blue and black. Pirelli, first game back from injury. That's the shirt. That's the shirt.
I don't think it gets better than that.
I don't think it can.
Oh my God.
That was when Ipswich were Champions League, wasn't it?
No, in the Europa.
Europa, sorry. Yeah, of course.
His first game back at San Siro.
I would love to know how much these sort of shirts are worth nowadays.
Oh.
I would love to know.
That there must be worth a fortune.
Can you let us know in the comments down below? Because I guarantee you, there's football collectors all around the world are watching this and they'll be going, that shirt is worth... Can you let us know down below? Because I need to know how much these kind of shirts are worth.
Yeah.
They're bad boy. Right, Tom.
This is from when I played up front in the 92, 93... No. This might give you nightmares, flashbacks. So
yeah,
maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
I'm looking at our Wolves badge and it's kind of making me going, oh... I don't know. I've got no grudge against Wolves, I promise you.
You're a liar.
It's a banging shirt, though. It is a banging shirt.
92 season. It's Steve Bull, isn't it?
It is
Steve Bull in his absolute pomp.
Yeah.
Best player, I think, to play for England outside the top division.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
Tony Daly?
Tony Daly.
Maybe.
Was it at the same time? I don't know. It's Bully, isn't it?
It is Bully.
It's Bully.
All day long.
Remember when, like, the 1990 World Cup, we'll all have remembered that. When David Platt scored that, I thought it was Bully. And I went mad.
Oh. Sorry, mate. Sorry to let you down. All right, let's talk about the 2 o'clock kickoff yesterday. Leeds Chelsea. Do you know what? I actually predicted that Leeds were going to win this game. I actually predicted it, right? I didn't go for 3-0 for sure. I went for a little 1-0 win. But Leeds were impressive. How impressive were they?
Yeah, they were good from the very start of the game. They pressed Chelsea really well. Chelsea couldn't get out, kept giving the ball away.
I know.
And that's what, again, Ellen Road, you said that about the atmosphere in that stadium. It was almost electric. You could feel it coming through the TV. But for Chelsea, I mean, they're in desperate need of some more players.
Yeah.
They need more firepower. But listen, take nothing away from Leeds. They did exactly what they needed to do. Rodrigo, 4 goals in his first 3 games. Brilliant. He's a real goal threat.
Yeah.
Obviously with Patrick Bamford on
It's like he stepped up. When Rafinha went, I thought, oh, they're going to struggle here, Leeds.
Yeah.
They're going to struggle.
He didn't win the armband.
That's what I mean. He's wearing the captain's armband, but he's the guy that's kind of taken that mantle now, and he's the one that's trying to score the goals. He looks lovely, doesn't he?
He looks really good, and it almost looks like he's always had this self-belief, but he needed a run of games to be the star. Like Patrick Bamford got a run. He was kind of looked upon as a second. Rafinha, as you said.
Yeah.
But now he seems like the only one that wants to take that kind of mantle. I'm the man. I'm going to score the goals, and he's doing that at the minute, playing really well. But them as a unit, they're doing really well. But I like Jesse March. I think he got a lot of unfair criticism when Bielsa left, which is not his fault. He's applied for a job. He's got it. But I think he's got them playing some lovely stuff.
Do you know, like you spoke earlier about Chelsea couldn't get out. The tempo from Leeds was stupid, right? I've looked at the stats after games. You see that they've ran 11k more than what Chelsea ran. That's like, in terms of like running stats, 11k is about one player, isn't it? 11k is about what a top player will run in a game. Yeah. So basically, they've ran one player more than Chelsea. Yeah. That's unforgivable, isn't it?
It's not, but I mean, as I said, they were just swarming all over them. But I think to play against some of these top teams now, you're seeing it. I would have liked to have looked at Newcastle's as well. Yeah. You're going to have to run like crazy. Just press them, get in their faces, not stand off them. But Thomas Tuchel and his Chelsea side, they need more firepower. And it sounds crazy to talk about Chelsea Football Club, but it's so obvious that they need more players.
We've got to talk about Mendy's mistake, it was stinky, weren't it?
Horrible.
Oh, lads.
Have you ever done one of them?
I've done many of them. Absolutely many. Do you know what's killed him, right? The most panicky thing for a goalkeeper is when the ball gets played back to you there. And he had loads of time, to be fair, but his first touch was brutal. His first touch, he's gone to... And it's kind of... He's even touched it backwards.
Throw, though. Just get rid,
He can still... If he takes a good touch, right, he's got plenty of time to get his head up and pick a pass out, right? The second you take the bad touch, you have to look down. And when you're looking down, you don't get to see how close the player is. Yeah. And by the time he's taken that touch back into... He sees the player and he thinks, oh, shit. Oh, I'm in trouble here. Yeah. And it's horrible. And then he gets the old stuttery feet, and that was it. He was on him. He was too quick.
That was for the whole game. Leeds pressed, obviously, from every player on the pitch. Obviously, he's had a stinker there, but like Harrison, the running, they're going to create so many opportunities for that centre forward, aren't they?
Yeah, they will.
Because they just rat.
I honestly thought they were going to struggle this season. I did. They ratted. I love the word ratted. It's the best way of putting it, though, isn't it?
Best compliment there is.
I know, it is. I honestly thought Leeds would struggle this season, but I think the way that they play, the tempo that they play, the manager that they've got, and they have still got some pearlers in there, I think they're going to be golden.
Harrison looks like an absolute
find. Do you know what? He is a good player, and he impressed me from the first time he got to Leeds. And then his first season in the Premier League, he scored that goal on the opening day against Liverpool.
Yeah.
We flicked over someone's head. Maybe last season, start of the season, he wasn't at his best, but he certainly started off this season incredibly well. So, and he's another Man City prodigy as well.
Yeah, of course he was. Yeah.
I think Leeds will be fine. I think this season, I genuinely couldn't tell you who I think is going to go down. I think there's so many teams that are in and around the same level that it's just going to come down to whose form deserts them at the wrong time.
Yeah, true.
It's the newly promoted teams for me. Like in years gone by, like last season and last few years, but the newly promoted teams this season seem to have a work ethic that is different. Yeah. Like they are working so hard, and the energy of these like newly promoted teams is mental.
It's like now though, that's the only way that you can survive. So you might not have the money or the resources to buy the players, the quality of players, but it's showing now though that if you're willing to work and do it as a team as well, that can overcome the quality sometimes.
It's exciting for Leeds. It's really exciting for Leeds because with all the money in the Premier League these days, the kind of top six is boxed off to a point unless someone comes in like Newcastle. With Leeds, if they can just sustain the form, they are one club. They are massive. The fan base, one club city. If they can push on, get some more money kind of injected into the team, you look in 10 years, they're only one of few teams that you could think they could threaten because they're so big.
Yeah, I think this season as well, it's the injuries that might, because their squad's not massive. Yeah. If they get, like Rodrigo goes down, then what do? Yeah. They've got a few, I know Gelhardt's a young player, but I don't think he's ready to kind of be their their vocal point. Yeah. But listen, they're doing really well. I like watching Leeds. They're exciting to watch, but they don't half run. So it's about the injuries. Can they maintain that squad?
Okay, love it, lads. Right, we've got a new feature for you anyway. Each week, we're going to be getting in touch with a footballer to ask them what their prized possession is. What bit of memorabilia? It could be a match-worn shirt, it could be gloves, it could be boots. This week, we spoke to Aaron Ramsdale.
Hi guys, so I've been looking through my collection of football memorabilia, and from what I can find in my house, a lot of it is at my mum and dad's, but from what I can find, these two pieces are my favourite. The all-white Arsenal shirt from last season, the number 7 on the back. It's just obviously the one-off kit which we wore in the FA Cup. So that's one of them. And then my second one, my England debut, San Marino, signed by all the lads in the team. So as I said, not all of my collection is here, a lot of it's with my mum and dad. So many shirts from players I've played against or played with, and a few signed and stuff, but these two pieces, definitely my favourite, one because it's a one-off kit and one because it's my first ever game as an England professional.
Rambo, you're the man. Love you guys. Right, let's talk about Spurs. Okay, watch this game. It was a bit of a meh. It's the early kick-off on Saturday. I don't know if that had any sort of effect on Spurs or whatever. They got the job done in the end, winning 1-0, but it wasn't too pretty, was it?
It wasn't, but Wolves tend to do this to Spurs. I don't know what it is, but the Spurs have got certain teams that they kind of, not bogey teams, but they struggle against. Yeah. Wolves is definitely one of them, but Wolves, again, it comes down to, will they score enough goals? I mean, they only scored 38 last season. I think only Burnley, Watford and Norwich, I think, only scored less than they went down. Yeah. So it's one of them where Wolves need to find goals from somewhere because their play, the passing from midfield to forward is fantastic. It's up there with position.
That last bit.
It's that last little bit of quality where you need someone to put the ball in the net, whether it be Jimenez or Zhuang. But unfortunately, they just don't do it. And that's what will cost them. And I think that's what cost them top 6, 7 last season because they ended up finishing 10th because they haven't got that last little bit of quality to.
Do you know what that last little bit costs?
A lot.
About 100 mil. The problem Wolves have got is, though, they need that last little bit, that last little bit. But that last little bit, everybody is looking for that last little bit.
They've got players that can score, but they don't have that 15 goal season kind of Prem player. I mean, Neto's got a chip in with a great player, but he's got to step up this season with goals. Yeah. He's got to
Neves, Moutinho, they've got players.
Yeah. Jimenez is the one. Yeah. But I guess, and it's hard because I think he was that striker before he obviously unfortunately had that injury. Yeah. Because now he still looks like he's a little bit caught in between, doesn't quite know, which I can understand because I've never been there, but I can only imagine how tough it must be for him.
Yeah. They've got off to a slow start though, Wolves, and they've obviously got a big Portuguese contingent, but losing Cody, I don't get it. Unless Cody's gone in and said, listen, if you're not going to play me and you're going to a 4 at the back, send me off. Unless he's gone in to man in and they've respected him and gone, okay, you can go. I don't understand it. Because if you listen to any England player and says what he's like around the squad, what do you make of that?
No, I'm with you. I'm the same as you. It's the only reason why he's done it is because it's going to Everton. He gets to go home for a bit. Do you know what I mean?
He's also got the World Cup coming up.
Exactly. World Cup coming up. Chance to go and play, and he has been playing as well. I can understand it to an extent, but it's still a big loss for Wolves. Spurs, though, 4th in the league. Good start, 7 points from 3 games. Are they going to finish top 4, do you think?
I think they will do, yeah. I put them, Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham certainly in that same bracket. But they're doing what they didn't usually do. So basically they don't play well and they tend to lose, don't they, Spurs? They don't play great, get turned over. At the minute you look at Chelsea, got outplayed against Chelsea, they leave there with a point. Don't play well against Wolves, they find a way to win 1-0. But when you've got the likes of Kane up top, Son, Kulusevski, Richarlison, the firepower was there.
We were talking about this the other day, again, on TalkSport, and you were saying about your all-time Premier League 11.
Yeah.
And he was saying, because obviously Bentley's a massive Thierry Henry fan, he was like, you've got to have him in your team. And I was I sat on the fence like you wouldn't believe. Double sat on the fence.
You have
to. But I would still say Harry Kane has got to be in with a shout as being one of the all-time Premier League striking greats. He's got to be in with a shout.
I'm not doubting that, but as a starter, Henry was different. But Harry Kane scored his 250th Spurs goal at the weekend, 10 years, I think. So that's, in calendar years, that's 25 goals. He's consistent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Last season, obviously, he got off to a slow one with the transfer hoo-ha the year before, but he's got a couple already.
I think does he need about 80 odd more goals to beat Alan Shearer's record? I think it's a big ask, isn't it?
I don't know, I think he might do it.
Yeah?
Do you know what?
In this Spurs team.
I'm not sure because at some stage he's going to have to start slowing down.
I know.
I know he's 30 and he's still got a good 4 or 5 years, but I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of goals still to be.
It is a lot of goals. 20 seasons, 4 years, you know what I mean?
But then if he has a 30, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Spurs is the kind of team, though, that could be challenging for the Premier League in another year or two. They could be.
You don't know. I think Conte has got rid of that Spursiness.
Yeah.
And that soft underbelly seems to have gone.
Do you know, it reared itself a little bit with the Chelsea game, because I thought, here we go. Chelsea going to be like Chelsea and Spurs going to go back to Spursy.
Yeah.
But the fact that they managed to hold on and then get something from that game made me go, oh, okay, maybe there is something there.
But like you said, Benty, though, like Wolves being a bit of a bogey team, they got it done.
The win.
Yeah, got it done. Boys, anyway, enough talking about Spurs and Wolves. We're on to more important topics, yeah? Benty, we listen to TalkSport all the time. Mm-hmm. Your football knowledge is incredible. Yeah? You always win in the quizzes, even though you might be cheating with your little earpiece in your ear, all right? It is now time for the 60-second quiz. Right, let's have a look at the league table. At the top at the minute, Goldbridge. However, we need to go to VAR. How many Ballon d'Ors has Messi won? 6. Yes, how many? We gave him a right answer for that. So that needs to get turned into a 6, all right? Benty, you good to go?
Yeah.
Right, let's have it. Come
on. Producer's saving you today, Benty.
I know, yeah.
Come on.
Why am I nervous?
I know, everybody gets nervous for it. Everybody gets nervous for the quiz, no matter who it is. I'm like, oh my God.
Who was bottom of that? What did he get to?
Bogdan 2. If you don't get 2 in a minute, right?
Okay.
You're never coming back on again.
His ball knowledge is an absolute disgrace.
Right, Frankie boy, do you have the timer ready and good to go, yeah? What was the halftime score in the Leeds versus Chelsea game at the weekend?
2-0.
Yes, correct. Who scored the fastest ever Premier League goal?
Shane Long.
Well done. Who has won all of their games so far this season?
Arsenal.
Who assisted that last-minute Troy Deeney goal versus Leicester in 2013?
The striker. Pass.
No, Hogg. Who currently sit at the bottom of the Premier League?
Manchester United.
No, West Ham. What is Gary and Phil Neville's dad called?
John.
Neville. Who matched the highest? Which match had the highest attendance this weekend?
Newcastle.
Spurs versus Wolves. Which former Liverpool player is affectionately known as God amongst his fan base?
Robbie Fowler.
Yeah. Who got the man of the match in the Fulham versus Brentford game?
Mitrovic.
Even Tony. Who was the only player to win the Champions League with 3 different clubs?
Seedorf.
Yes. How many goals were scored this Saturday?
Oh my goodness. 52.
18. Oh wow. Who's the current coach of Barcelona?
Barca. Pass.
Xavi Hernandez. In what minute did Mitrovic score in? I've started, so I'll finish, all right? I've started, so I'll finish. In what minute did Mitrovic score against Brentford this weekend?
84th?
90th minute. Oh. 90th minute. Not a bad effort.
5.
Darren Bent. Do you know what? There's some tough ones in there, you know?
The Xavi one I should have got, but I had mind blank with Xavi.
Yeah.
52 goals at the weekend.
I should have said Premier League. It's a Premier League show. I'm not taking no fault for that. So 5,
I thought it was
Benti.
EFL as well, sorry.
Yeah, all right, cool. Anyway.
Right, so this week, I've done some of the questions, so it's not fair for me to do it. So, you're going to have a go.
Right, I'll have a go this week, okay? First time on the 60-second quiz.
You're going now yourself?
I'm going to have a go myself, all right?
I'm sceptical about you. I think you might get like 1 or something.
Why am I nervous? Oh, God.
Okay, are we ready? Right, count it down.
3, 2, 1, go.
Which former Spurs manager has completed the Dakar Rally?
VS Boas.
Name a player that missed a penalty this weekend.
Zaha.
How many games did it take for Cristiano Ronaldo to score his first Champions League goal?
5.
27. In Spanish football, what is the Pichichi?
Trophy.
For
The League Cup.
top goal scorer. What Brazilian legend was in attendance of the Spurs Wolves
Ronaldo.
game? How many Portuguese players started for Wolves at the weekend versus Spurs?
7.
6. Which team won the first ever Prem season?
Man United.
Which player has the most overall goals at the World Cup?
Closer.
What goal milestone did Harry Kane hit this weekend?
Most goals for one club. How many?
Yes, I'll give you that one. First footy player to be knighted.
I don't know.
So Stanley Matthews. How many teams were in the original Premier League?
You started, so you have to finish, all right?
Yeah.
Now, I know it's not 20, right? And I know it's either 22 or 24. I think it's 22.
Correct.
Come on, the boys.
Well done. You did well there, mate.
7.
Oh, my days. I'm top of the league, lads.
Oh, this is
I'm top of the
awful.
league. Mate, there's some good questions in there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
There were,
Did you read
weren't
them
they?
beforehand?
Mate, the VS Boas Dakar
That I
Rally
would have
one.
had no idea.
That's incredible.
I think you've read these, but I think he's gone on to
I
our
swear
shared
down.
drive,
I swear
and
down.
I think he's done it. I'm calling Foster a cheat.
185. Is he 185, Harry Kane?
So, yeah, there was actually... So he scored his 250th
Yeah, you didn't say...
goal.
You didn't say who...
No,
like,
I didn't, which
yeah.
is why I gave it you.
185 for one club.
Yeah.
Bent 6.
Bent 6. Did Benty get 6 or 5? Weasel. Right, you get to go in there. Bent. Foster. 7. Goldbridge. Get down, you dirty. You go back onto 6.
Dirty.
Foster, top of the 60-second quiz. Right, let's take a little look at the other Premier League games this weekend, starting with Palace against Aston Villa. Villa struggling, and I'm going to throw it out there, lads. Is Stevie G under serious pressure already?
I don't know if he's under serious pressure, but I think it's starting to mount a little bit just
Yeah.
because of he's been given the money to spend on players. The way they kind of finished last season wasn't great. They've started off this season again a little bit. I mean, they got the result last week against Everton, so they have got some points on the board, but the way they've been losing games just hasn't been good enough. The whole squad situation, he doesn't know who to go with. Ings, who scored last week, great goal against Everton, is on the bench against Palace.
Yeah.
Team selection's a bit of an issue, but
The Tyrone Mings thing.
yeah, he brought him back and Tyrone's been playing okay, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's one of them for Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard. 15th where they finished last season won't be good enough. So
What do you think for them? They need to be top 10-ish, don't they?
minimum, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, I know top 8 is what everyone says, but top 10, Aston Villa Football Club can't be 15th. That's just above relegation.
Palace doing well, though. Palace are a decent team, aren't they?
Yeah, good coach. Patrick Vieira playing some good stuff. How long is at Palace for? I'm not quite sure.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, he's got Eze playing really well, who I'm a big fan of. Obviously, we know about Wilfried Zaha. Elise, they've got good players there. There's talk of Conor Gallagher maybe going back there as well.
Yeah.
So I like what Palace are doing, I really do.
Everton, Forest, 1-1. It's a decent result for Forest, that, isn't it? You take that, to be fair.
Really good result.
Yeah.
You would have, the way they've started, Forest, they've had a, that's what I'm saying about the teams, they've had a good go. Getting that goal as well, they probably would have thought, right, we can take all 3 points, but then and it was a poor goal they conceded. One straight pass from Pickford, straight over the top.
Mate, it's ridiculous defending. How high is that line?
That's the problem. And we're knowing how Pickford plays as well.
I'm saying Jordan Pickford is 20 yards out from goal, and he hasn't even got a welly it. To be fair, it's like it was a nicely calm driven,
Lobbed pass, like almost.
unbelievable.
You can't get caught out with that. That's a bit naivety from Forest's part, but they've had a real good go. And
They're learning on the job though, aren't they? To be fair, I think I heard a stat yesterday saying they bought in like 16 players.
Madness.
I mean, that is madness. But I think they'll do all right. Again, they work hard. I think they've bought in the right type of players.
got the right coach.
Yeah, they've got the right coach. They've got a good British core of players as well. I think they'll do all right.
I predicted that Forest would go down this season, but I think as the season's going along, I'm with you, Benty. I reckon there's a dozen teams who genuinely could go down this season.
Yeah, there's loads.
It's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, to produce them, you have to pick them.
I think Everton are a worry.
Yeah,
I think Everton are a big worry. A little bit like Villa. I don't think it's particularly stable in terms of like team selection. They need a centre forward. Yeah. I liked Rondon back in the day. I don't think he's enough.
No.
I don't know when DCL is going to be back, but even then, I don't think there's the consistency of goals needed. So they need to throw some money at it.
I do think the Everton fans I think they like Frank and they want him to succeed, but I think there's still question marks surrounding.
The jury's out, isn't it?
The jury's still out.
Yeah.
And it has to be. I know he did reasonably well at Derby and Chelsea, but is he a top quality Premier League manager? Of course, I think it's 50-50.
All right,
is he just, sorry mate, is he just getting that because he's a Premier League legend? Does he get more rope than others?
Yes. Yes, he does.
End of story.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He's well liked in football. Everybody that's played for him.
Media like him.
Exactly. Everyone who's played for him, played with him, the media like him. Everybody has got a good word to say about Frank Lampard. And I think it just buys you a little bit more time and a little bit more leniency.
Fair enough.
All right, let's look at Fulham. Fulham, I'm buzzing off, by the way. Great start to the season for them. 5 points from 3 games, yeah? Great win against Brentford.
Fantastic. I thought Brentford would use the confidence coming off the Man United result to go in there and I thought it'd win. But to be fair, Fulham have worked hard. They're another club that work incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Run. Got good players in their squad. But of course, again, we spoke about that little final piece at the end. They've got Mitrovic this time. Question marks around him. Could he score goals? 42, I think, in the Championship last season.
That'll never be beaten, by the way.
No.
That will never be beaten. That's outrageous.
Can he then step up and take that form into the Premier League? He's done that. And I think, again, Fulham will be okay this season. But as you said, they're 5 points. Marco Silva could not have dreamed of a better start.
Buds in his
He's
trio.
a dog, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Fair play to him, because obviously he's got off to a good start and there were question marks. And then he's missed a penalty last week. He's had a few chances this week, but when it mattered, he popped up.
It was a good header, that.
Great header.
Really good
Very
header.
similar to the Liverpool goal, where the defender don't really see in there, and then it's game over, mate.
Too late.
By the time he gets that run on him, it's like, oh no, here we go.
Well, you as a defender, you jump like that, didn't you?
It's horrible, isn't it?
Oh no, here he comes. Great header, though. Absolute superb header.
Yeah, it was a good goal. Leicester against Southampton. Again, I'm going to put it out there. Brendan Rodgers is genuinely
I think he's
going to
go. I think he's going to be the first one to go.
Really?
I really do.
Do you think he gets sacked or do you think he walks?
I think he gets sacked because why would any manager walk? Why would you do it?
Yeah.
I mean,
The only time he walks is if you go into another job straight away, which is not. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I think he's going to go. I mean, the Fofana situation, saying he's not kind of in the right headspace to play. Losing Casper, didn't see that one come in. Kind of bit out of left
Do you know
field.
he's favourite to get sacked? He's the favourite manager to get sacked. So you've got Brendan Rodgers, then you've got a bit of Frank Lampard, you've got Eric Ten Hag, and then you've got Steven Gerrard, all at about 4-1. But Brendan Rodgers favourite.
So what I think it is,
the next
Fossey,
manager.
they obviously won the league, 7 years ago, right? And even now, or till last season, they still had a core of those players.
Yeah.
And over the last year, that kind of culture, I think, and that legacy has shifted.
Yeah.
And they've lost a couple of players, a couple more from that squad. And I think they've got a little bit of an identity crisis. I think they've lacked a little bit of players. They've got players kicking off, wanting to move.
Well, look at the players that are getting linked with moves away. Tielemans, Maddison, Harvey Barnes, Fofana, Schmeichel's just gone in the summer. Vardy, like this is.
Well, Vardy just signed two more years, hasn't he?
Players getting bids for them like that. It turns their heads, doesn't it?
Especially for clubs at the top of the Premier League as well. But I think for Brendan as well, it's one of them where he's making waves without coming out and criticising the owners, because how popular the owners are with the supporters. He's not coming out and really directly criticising them, but you can kind of read between the lines.
Yeah.
And I think they might get annoyed with it and go, okay, well, I know he's had no money to spend. You've got to generate your own money. But they might just get sick of it and go, well, you know what? Enough's enough. But it's not a worry for Leicester at the minute, because I still think if they lose 1 or 2 players, their squad's still good enough to survive. But it is about the identity. What is then? They've won the FA Cup a couple of years ago. Yeah. What is success for Leicester City Football Club now?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
I think you've got to be realistic about it. And we talked earlier on about like Leeds could be a powerhouse of English football. Leicester, I don't think we're ever going to get up there and stay there.
No.
I think it was always a cycle of maybe 5 years or 10 years. I think they've got to be looking at top 12 this season.
Okay, a couple more games to go. We've got Bournemouth, Arsenal, the late kickoff on Saturday. Watch this game. Arsenal look very, very good, don't they? Very, very good.
It's amazing what 2 signings can do to
It's
a squad.
incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the likes of Zinchenko, winner's mentality, playing left back, keeping Tierney on the bench, comfortable in possession, can move into midfield. But then at the top end, Gabriel Jesus.
He's different.
He's in your fantasy team?
He is in my fantasy team, yeah. Do you know what?
Captained him last week as well.
A lot of people would have captained him this weekend as well, and he had a disallowed goal at the end of the game, which everybody was heartbroken about.
Yeah.
But his play in general in that game, it's like he stepped it up again.
But he's
honestly.
like a different player though, Fozzie. Like, I'm not being funny, but he must have been under such strict orders with Guardiola to say, right, you do, and we all know this with Guardiola,
Yeah.
you do a role or you're out of there. You do your job or you're out of there. He must have been told, do this, do that. Arteta must have surely come in and gone, play.
Yeah.
Play. I want you to do X, Y, and Z, but like I never knew that he could carry a ball and dribble the ball quite like that.
Beautiful,
I didn't know he was that strong either.
I know.
Even the first goal, when he bullies someone, brings it down.
Brings it down beautifully.
Goes. He's obviously
beautiful.
clearly always had this, but you're right. Probably he was in a structure at Manchester City, and Arteta's gone, you know what? Don't worry about any of that. Yeah, out of possession, I need you to do this, to do that.
Yeah.
But when we've got the ball, just go and express yourself, do what you want. And it's almost like he's gone, okay.
I'll have a bit of that. Yeah, they look impressive.
Saliba.
Like their energy, like, Saliba. Even Saliba, like, he's a young lad and he just looks $1 million, doesn't he?
Great goal.
21.
Left foot.
Beautiful goal, wasn't it? He's not even left-footed as well. No. Zinchenko behind him when he scored. He had like that Sanko. I think that's a bit of like disbelief and a bit of like, what a goal.
Bit of shithousery in the nicest.
I like it though. I like it.
You see the way that he kind of shot the ball and he's left his leg high up in the air as if to say, yeah, bothered,
whatever. Yeah. But Frank, our editor, he's a Bournemouth fan. He went to the game and he is buzzing off Arsenal. He said they absolutely battered us. Front foot, energy to burn. They're going to be a threat this season.
I think they'll be a threat. And look at who they got coming up. They go Fulham at the weekend at the Emirates. Then they go Villa.
And then they got a doddle against Man United.
Yes.
They could win 6 out of 6.
If they go 6-6, they've given themselves a massive... And then I guess that's when the pressure really comes, because then there's no excuse for Arteta not to finish in the top 4.
They're going to finish in the top 4.
Exactly, but if they don't now, you already said it, I'm thinking they have to. If they don't...
My only reservation, right, is a little bit like what Conte's brought to Spurs, and I'm not questioning Arteta. I wonder if they lose a couple, like they did towards the end of last season, if they might wobble. Because what I wonder is, you've got like experienced players like Xhaka in there. Have they got 1 or 2 players that are going to come in and kind of say, right, settle it down, lads, and almost add that Conte night typeness to them?
Okay, we're going to get into Champ and Chump of the week in 1 minute. We've just got to go through West Ham and Brighton. West Ham are struggling. Mate, I did not see this coming.
I didn't either, but maybe that run last season in Europe maybe took it out of them. They brought a couple in, Scamacca, people like that, but yeah, at the minute they just can't seem to get going. But in Brighton at the minute though, Brighton will could do that to anyone.
Mate,
they're that you saw against Manchester United.
Beautiful.
They've got that. Graham Potter again is a top quality coach, top class, so they can win games. But if you're a West Ham supporter right now, you are starting to maybe hit panic a little bit, because I know it's only 3 games in, but sitting rock bottom of the Premier League,
Brighton up
it's
to
a long
6.
way up.
Brighton up to 6. I've got to say that second goal, Trossard's goal,
What a finish.
the
touch,
the touch, everything. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can quite clearly see that they work on that. Brighton.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he's supposed to be a top class coach.
You have teams that have good years, right? Okay, you have West Ham had a good season, but when you watch Brighton play, you kind of go, okay, they ain't a flash in the pan. They are a proper football team.
They might not have the names. It doesn't matter though. They've got a system. They've got a manager. They've got a leader, and everybody is on the same page and they know what they're doing.
What their biggest asset is? The biggest asset is that Graham Potter is called Graham Potter and not Graham Potterino.
Yeah, it's true.
It is.
Yeah, 100%.
It goes under the radar.
But that can only last for so long.
Yeah.
Because if Brighton have another good season where they're playing this intricate football, somebody will have to say, you know what? Well, he's not too good for Brighton, because that's a bit disrespectful to Brighton. But as a coach, can you imagine the top clubs playing? If Pep had Brighton was playing this way, we'd be lauding him, saying, "Oh my God, what a coach! Look what Graham Potter's doing."
All right, this could be unpopular opinion of the week then. This could be unpopular opinion of the week, that by the time next season rolls around, Graham Potter could be in a top 6 club job. What are you saying?
Yeah, there's no reason why not.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's just where.
You don't think he will be?
I don't think he will be, because I don't think he gets the respect that he's deserved, because he's not foreign and because he didn't play 500 games in the Premier League and because he hasn't managed AC Milan. I just think that there's a level of disrespect. People always laud him and go, "Oh, Graham, they play great football," but I still think there's a level of disrespect.
So say,
he won't get a move.
What about national team?
I think is a perfect fit. I do. It's like
he might be England manager.
I reckon England might go down the route of being like, it'll be just Gareth Southgate substitutes every time. That Potter, so that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody who's got really good people skills, might not be the biggest name in the world, but when he gets a team together, gets them all working
So
together.
here's a question for you then. We've got World Cup coming up. I think it's too soon in this. I think he's got too much to do at club level. Gareth Southgate came in at a time when it was right for Gareth Southgate, yeah? He'd done what he'd done in management and it was right for him. Graham Potter, if he got offered the job next February, would he take it? It's the England job. 100%. But he's got a lot to do at club level because he will have a big boy knocking at some point.
The only thing about it is that you're right, but it's one of them where will this opportunity ever come around again?
True.
That's always the toughest question, isn't it?
As a manager,
you want the top jobs, but if the England job comes, they don't offer that to anybody.
Yeah.
If he gets offered it, is he big enough to go? Now that will come further down the line.
It's the same as Frank at Chelsea. Yeah. At the time, people were going, "Oh, should he be taking it? Should he be doing it?"
Yeah.
Is he ever going to get that chance again?
Okay, anyway, I think if Brighton get top 8 this season, I think he goes next season. Simple as that. All right, now we need to move on, boys. Chump and Chump of the week. Okay, Chump of the week, lads. I have got 3 nominations for you, okay, and I'll explain differently why they were. First of all, I'm going to go for Nick Pope. These are my suggestions, by the way. Shock.
Yeah. Who's the other one? Ramsdale.
And Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
No, Nick Pope, world-class performance at the weekend. Absolutely buzz off him. That save onto the post again. World-class. Top level. We've got Miguel Almiron. Obviously, there was all that talk before the game about end of last season, Jack Grealish, giving him dogs abuse. He was the one on the pitch yesterday, pulling the strings, working, ratting, dogging, He was incredible yesterday. So he's one of the nominations. And we've also got Martin Odegaard for Arsenal. 2 goals, a real captain, leaders display.
Wow. Yeah.
Top class. Who are we going for?
What are you thinking, Benty?
I like Odegaard, you know.
Yeah?
2 goals, but
Arsenal fan.
But you know what? I'm probably going to go. I'm going to go Pope, you know.
Yeah?
Just because I'm thinking back to the wall. He's playing against the champions. I know we conceded 3, but it could have been more if he wasn't in goal. What a save at that time as well, the game. Yeah, I'm going to go Pope.
Almiron's got to have a sniff because not only is he doesn't score a huge amount of goals, right, but he is the most tenacious, ratty, dogged kind of player. Yeah. And he's one of the happiest. Like, he's always got a smile on his face. So it's almost
even when his goal got given as offside at first, right? Buzzing. He's still smiling. The linesman's got his flags up and he's going, oh, never mind.
You've gone Pope, I've gone Almiron. So casting vote, so it's going to be Pope then.
It's 100% going to be Pope. And I love Miguel Almiron. And Odegaard was world class, but I've got to give it to Nick Pope.
Yeah.
Massive display from him. What a game. Save after save. Reading the game. Nick Pope all day long, yeah?
Brilliant.
Chump of the week, Nick Pope. It's time for Chump of the week. I don't like this segment. I really don't. When I say Chump of the week, I don't really mean it like Chump of the week. I mean it like kind of... Never mind.
Oh,
mate.
stop it.
You'll be all right next week, yeah? Next week, you'll get it next week. It'll be your time to shine next week, all right? But we've got 2 nominations for us this week, all right? 1, and I hate to say this, Edouard Mendy.
Yeah.
Bad mistake. It set the tone for the game. Leeds get the goal, get another one before half-time, finishes it. It's game over, yeah? Horrible mistake. You're the man, though, Mendy. I do like you, all right? And we're going to go Brendan Rodgers. I'm throwing him in there too. Really bad start for Leicester. Under pressure already. What are we saying?
No Koulibaly in there, no?
All right, I'll throw you an extra bonus in. Koulibaly, yeah? It was a poor red card from him. 2 silly yellow cards. Both of them awful challenges.
I'd probably go him more
than... You're going Koulibaly?
Just because Mendy's there next week.
Okay,
so he could kind of make saves and redeem himself.
Yeah.
They're going to miss Mendy. They're already they're already missing centre-halves.
Yeah.
And Koulibaly gets himself sent off for a stupid second one. Just let him go.
I guarantee you there'll be people in the comments agreeing with you right, left, and centre because of Fantasy Premier League. Because he got -2 in Fantasy Premier League this week, and there'll be people fuming up and down the country.
Exactly. He didn't need to make the second challenge.
Yeah, true that.
So I think Mendy will be there next week, and he can make saves to kind of redeem himself. They're going to miss Koulibaly. They're really light in that area anyway. Yeah, I'm going for him.
All right, cool, like that.
Mate, I'll get on board with that 100%.
You concurring?
Yeah, I would actually, yeah.
I will definitely concur and agree with that, just so I don't have to pick Mendy as my Chump of the week. So we're gonna go Koulibaly, sorry geez, Chump of the week.
Sorry geez, your Chump of the week.
Okay, before we go, we just need to talk about massive game in the Premier League tonight. Monday Night Football at Old Trafford. Manchester United at home to Liverpool. Give me your predictions. How do you see the game going? There's supposed to be trouble. It's supposed to be protests. What's going to happen?
I mean, I don't see how the protest helps the team on the pitch, but that's a different story. But I can see it being a draw, 2-2.
Yeah?
Like, I thought you'd expect Liverpool to get them blasted, but Liverpool haven't got going yet. Manchester United right now, listen, this is their, not last chance, but they need to hang on to something. Yeah. I just feel they'll find something from somewhere tonight and get the point.
You think they're going to raise the game? Because this is like, I know it's probably their biggest game of the season, is it?
Yeah.
Man U Liverpool is probably, and it's just above Man City, I'd say. It's their biggest game of the season, so I think they're going to raise their game today. And I kind of know what you're saying, but then I kind of disagree at the same time. I see Liverpool just too strong. I think if they get an early goal, it could be curtains for Man United.
It's like football. Like everything tells me Liverpool should win the game, right? But there's like a gut feeling. I think United might nick it. I think United might win tonight, and there's no reasons suggest they should, but I just got a feeling they might nick it. And obviously United are in the doldrums, Liverpool, haven't got going. But if United win, they go above Liverpool.
Also as well, some of the freak results we've seen this weekend. City obviously only getting a point. Chelsea getting pumped by Leeds.
Yeah, West Ham losing.
I'm starting to think, maybe, you know what I mean, this might be a bit of a...
Well, we're going to the game, aren't we, tonight?
We're going to vlog it,
So I'm gonna make a vlog of this tonight because we're going to go to the game. Hopefully there's not too many protests. Hopefully there's no trouble. It's all a bit peaceful and we can watch the game and enjoy it. But looking forward to going to that tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, are you prawn sandwich brigade tonight?
Nah, we've got like nice seats.
Semi-prawn sandwich.
They're like padded seats at least kind of thing. So a little bit of like food at half-time or something like that. It'll be a banger.
To be fair, mate, you standing in the stand there.
No, I'm going to have a hat on and glasses and stuff
like
that.
I'll
get dogs abuse. Yeah, I'll get dogs abuse. Benty, absolutely world-class, mate. Thank you very much for coming on.
Nice one. Thank you. Having me.
What a debut from Darren Bent. Tom, nice to see you back, mate. Glad to have you back from holiday. That was the football filling you in every single week. See you next week.